Okay, we got the DRX FUT summary. Zest is in. I think that's the main thing that we have to talk about at the beginning. Foxy out, Zest in for this one. Rolls make a little bit more sense, but maybe they lose a bit of their kind of go back to their traditional playstyle of playing a little bit slower and lose less pace, I would say. They added a lot of fast strats in with Foxy, and now it just seems to be a little bit slower when they go to this. And I also think that FUT exploited that pretty well, at least on this map. FUT win the pistol. We go to this round here. It's a 4v5. My big question mark here is, after seeing so many people, he saw one, then he got the kill, then he saw two more. Why we hold three people here so strongly, especially once we have vision and we have a one-way here. It just feels like the rotate from either one of these should be coming in. So yeah, two people on site. The site hits really good. Like the nade forces them out into the angles. They take the shots, they pick up the guns, and they actually win the round itself. Let's play this and just quickly look at Mako. I'm not going to play it all, but I was just impressed with how he handled this. Just delaying this, he mollies it again, and then he smokes, and they just wait it out when they kind of had to force their way through. So nicely done from Mako, but yeah, I think FUT played it a little bit. I just thought the rotate was wrong, basically. Then we had two saved guns from the round before. We have a fadeaway kill coming in, pieces out, and we're into 5v4. We still have the better guns, but what you're about to see here was actually a common trend with this, where there was a lot of util that went towards long, and a lot of the time it was just like that. It was like not together, then the spike, like he's running in with the spike here. It was definitely a big misplay on this one. I do think that FUT played really well. They, like I said, they are using a lot of util over towards here. The nade was behind that, flushed him out into the open. And some of the other runs you'll see, they're doing something similar as well with just a good amount of util. 2-1, we're staying on this because it just started off so crazy this game. Stacks replying after losing the round with that. Then they win this one, so it's just back and forth. Insane shots from him, really nicely done. And then we kind of got into like the meat of it all, and this happened all the time. Proactive, super proactive on the defense. The amount of times that FUT were going proactive and getting the first kill was outrageous. It was literally every single round until this round. So every single round they were going proactive, whether it was here, whether it was showers, flanking behind. Every single round from 3-3 all the way to 8-3. Absolutely madness. And this was the first time that FUT decided to not go proactive, and they actually managed to just hold sites, and they thought they just had, basically what happened in this round was DRX held a default for so long waiting for them to push, and then the push never came, so the time was low. They didn't make enough map control over towards A, and FUT just had too many people here. So I love the game plan from FUT on this map, going proactive, and DRX just took so long taking map control and then execing the site. A lot of the time there were just people behind them. So yeah, it was very nicely done. We go in all the way over towards 12-6. FUT won the second pistol, and I just actually want to point out this smoke. This was a cool little game plan that DRX had a lot of the time, where they had this smoke down. They wanted to hold showers control, just control this side of the map, block vision here so they can constantly spam the plant and just make it really hard for them to plant. I liked the game plan from them. This was a huge round because it's a 4v5 and there's so many ults, right? This is FUT's to close out. So I thought I would throw this in here because this felt like a pivotal round that actually made a bit of a comeback doable. It's now a 3v5, but you can see this smoke caused them a bit of trouble. Mako hitting some nice shots, goes down into a 2v2. Mako also had a lot of nice util that was kind of nice. A lot of cross map mollies. Stacks plays this really well. Just gets close, they don't expect him, and just has very good timing on this. Yeah, nice 1v2 from him to kind of delay it, to kind of make the comeback doable. We got to 12-9, eco round. They get the first kill. Kiwi did so much damage. Modge just finishes him off, and then they did good to block off all the choke points. Right, smoke's good. Molly was good to kind of isolate them. Kiwi is so aggressive. He's 14 HP. He's beelined for the gun. He's picked it up and he's made this round doable. Then goes over towards showers. makes sound and just stays alive. Like, he does so well here. Yeah, like he delays so much time, sticks close as well. Zest decides to not spam that because he doesn't know where he's gone, doesn't want to push through, could be either side of this. And yeah, I just thought this was really, really nice from FUT. Shame that DRX lost to an eco, but also the util from, honestly, the util from Atta and just Kiwi just being a menace, just being crazy on this one, helped them a lot. This is what I was talking about with the mollies. If you look at where Mako is, he does his molly from here. He also has another molly for short that he does over, and just these cross map mollies really helped with the whole game plan of smoking here and delaying the plant. So I thought that was really cool. I thought I would just show it, but you can just see the molly on the floor there from where he was. So I like their game plan. I actually loved both the game plans from the defense side. It was FUT being super aggro against DRX on their defense side, very proactive, kind of looking like a Paper X defense side on this map, and DRX as well with how they approached stopping the plant over towards A. Kiwi definitely needs a shout out. 28 to 13 plus 15 and 8 to 0 fast kills. It was crazy dominant. Both pistols as well maybe helped this out. Without this performance and without the double pistol, this could have been a much closer game for sure. But yeah, very nicely played from FUT. Then we got over towards Fracture. This one was also really close. I want to shout out again another good game plan that you're about to see here from FUT. They hit the B site all the time, and it felt like this. They just went over towards Canteen all the time. Kiwi every single time just doing this pathing towards Canteen, and he had success three times. He managed to get the first kill, or he managed to just make a lot of space that meant that they could just manipulate a lot of the rotates and just get the comms and just kill any of the rotates that was coming in. This is another example, him holding close here, and then he pushes into the smoke. And this is actually a good example of why a neon is used a lot in this. If you just look at this overview, like, it's a nightmare. You block off vision from here, and they are actually just trying to play off the round they've done before and block off the vision, pretend that they're going in to the actual smoke, and then he actually just holds in this area, waits for the util to see if he's going to push out, and then takes the timing. So I was very impressed with how many rounds FUT had and how many different set site hits and set util hits they had for B, and I'm telling you, it was like we were watching a Pearl game. It was B again, all the time. Buzz, and just DRX in general, use the Bucky so much. They actually have one Bucky round pretty much every map at the moment. The Bucky is insane, left click is still really strong, they use it all the time on these low buys, and the amount of times it works is incredible. This is another round, of course it's a B site hit. You're about to see vision blocked with a flash. We are playing anti-flash as well, and just another hit where they just send it over towards Canteen again. I just thought this was cool. You're going to see him just take his time, just wait on this one, and yeah, very patient. And like I said, they just have multiple rounds, multiple variations of this, and they're just pretty much just waiting for Kiwi to give them the go of how he wants to play it. They know it's open. They have no idea that he's got here because of the flash that blocked them over towards site, and he just gets 2 kills. So yeah, again, very nice from FUT, good game plans. I liked this game just because we could clearly see a lot of the game plans. 3 times in a row we said that Canteen worked. Now they're going to try it one more time, 4th time in a row. And this is what happened. We finally got the adjustment from Mako, taking him down. I just wanted to put that in there because it was just nice to see that they were getting wrecked from this all the time. And nice to see that they actually worked it out on the fly and realized that they need to put someone there and just change it up and get the kill. Now we go into the 7th round. DRX just won the pistol, so this is against Eco. This is a cool bit of util that I just wanted to highlight. So see this eye that comes up at the beginning? This is really cool. You throw it at the beginning, and basically it pops so fast. If there's no smoke here and you cross this line, you're instantly going to get tagged. So it's just a good way to clear A mains if anyone's actually holding aggressive. And then obviously if it hits, you can throw a prowler out and then you can swing off the prowler, and they have to choose if they're shooting a prowler or if they're going to be shooting you that's swinging on them. So that was their plan here, to just shoot swing if anyone actually got hit by it. Yeah, just like to just an interesting bit of util. I've known about this for a while. I just actually haven't seen it in play. I was just really impressed. It used to be really good against holding chamber meta to make sure the chamber wasn't holding this, and then obviously you can stun Neon or double dash on top of him. So I just thought that was cool that they have this in their arsenal, in their actual strat book. Speaking of strats, we go to this one. Man, some of their fast hits are great. I'm actually glad that I would like them to do this on more maps. When they have Zest in, because it feels like they go a little bit slower, but the util on this is just incredible. Everyone's here, everyone's fighting together. I thought it was great. They wait for Zest to make a bit of a distraction in heaven, make some sound, and then they push through the smokes. Thought it was very, very cool from them. Liked it. All the util again was great. Yeah, just good. This is what this team's good for in my mind. It's just fast sight hits, and it's just methodical with just like the best util that you can possibly have. This was a mad round. Cracks had a back-to-back round where he just won them two. He just won them 2 rounds like this with just individual play. This was an eco, and then the next round, this as well. Next round after this, he actually got a 2k in heaven to stop a sight hit. So yeah, I was impressed with him individually on this map. And honestly, past like month, I've been impressed with Cracks. I think he's really stepped up. This was a mad 1v3 that kind of, in my mind, changed everything on this. It was a pretty close map, and it felt like without this round, I think it could have gone to overtime or potentially been a little bit closer. Loved this round as well. FUT have a anti Killjoy round that they like to do when Killjoy's up. Everyone knows that you go towards underpass, so they do a top side crunch. In reaction to this, just an anti-Killjoy round. I just thought that Buzz played it well. He knew they're reactively over towards here. They're probably going to push him. Double molly actually makes them send it through. They're focusing on taking down the ult because they got to, and then he's just done great to get these 2 kills. So yeah, really nicely done from him. Thought this was a sick round. Nice to see that FUT have an anti-Killjoy round, and nice to see that just the reactive stuff from Buzz here was just incredible. This is one of the biggest rounds. Obviously, the last round we were 12-8. Just the utils here. Everyone's using everything, but I was just impressed with how DRX played this. Everyone off site, everyone just making sure that they're just playing their life, and yeah, it was just methodical. Pretty much ever since that 1v3, they didn't win a round in terms of FUT, so it was a big momentum shift. And yeah, just nicely played. This looked a lot more like the old school DRX that I like to watch. Definitely, again, in terms of their fast stuff, I'm glad I'm seeing some of their fast strats come in when they are using Zest. I would have loved it more on Bind. Maybe they talked about it not happening on Bind. And that's why they kind of added more onto this map. Who knows? Yeah, RB 6-0 in terms of fast kills. It was outrageous. Cracks, like we said, kind of stepped up as well. Kiwi, good amount of fast kills. Not too bad from him. But yeah, I think that 1v3 just kind of changed everything. And then the double pistol, bit of a similar story over towards Bind, just opposite team. Then we get into Haven. This one was an absolute stomp. It really was. Nicely done from DRX. I thought they played very well on this. I think this was... Both of these teams, in my mind, don't have the best attack on this map. So it was about how many they could stack up on defense for all of these teams. And DRX definitely stacked up a lot. This recon does not get shot on sight. The reaction towards losing A control with a 4-person push towards middle was cool. Then they had a big flank behind, and just the util on the retake was really, really nice. Loved it a lot, and I don't actually see that too often from DRX. A lot of times they're just doing their standard retake from heaven with the stun and then the damage. So adding in something like this on a pistol, something that we used to do in Liquid a lot, where you kind of just do something that you don't normally do, and then it makes them very aware going forward. It's another Bucky round. Of course it is. It's the first buy for FUT. It's the bonus for DRX. Smoke is perfect. Wingman does not get him somehow. He just does this. It was good for another one here as well. And it was just great. I'm enjoying the Bucky. I'm enjoying the Bucky big time. I think they use it very well. I just think the shotguns are broken in this game, and I think people should just be using them until till they get nerfed. Before this round goes on, I just want to quickly highlight just how insanely clean all of the rounds prior to this was. This is probably the most money I've ever seen on a 5th round. Everyone over the 6k mark and 2 people with the 7k with guns, like after they've bought. So this was insane. Just kind of shows you how one-sided the first 5 rounds were. FUT do well to get through and just force their way into this round. I had to put this round in because, well, you'll see why when we get to the end of why I had to put this round in. It was very nice with the ult. Just a good overwhelm over towards site. Kiwi does incredible, getting both of them. And yeah, they managed to close it out. So I thought this was a nice round from them. Just a force through garage. And sadly, they did lose the round after. This here, I had a big problem with how FUT played this. So a lot of times when you spot someone over towards A and they're holding this, it means that there's one person holding the whole at A, which means that you normally have a 2-2 setup. They know and they find out for free without losing anyone that there's one person over towards A. Now they need to wait here and wait for this to shift to a 2-1-2. Then they can hit A. Then they can hit B. It makes a lot of sense. They do it too early in my mind, and it kind of backfires. You actually see this twice. So they instantly hit before the rotate can kind of come in. I mean, Stax is already doing the rotate. That's why he's in such a weird position. The Omen flash can just instantly go in because, like we're saying, they can just send it over because the hit just came in a little bit too early. And yeah, I just thought you're going to see a similar round to that later on. I just thought that FUT's understanding is a bit off sometimes of this map, especially on attack. And I think it's been like that for a while. This was very nicely done from DRX. Obviously, there is no Sova, so no one can recon this corner. So this area can actually be played in a lot of the times. So DRX, Buzz going into this area. Atta has his ult. What a lot of teams like to do with their ult is they like to hit over towards A, and this was just a big story of this, where they would just lose the fast kill, and it would always be the ult, and it would just be their main plan. We have a small section where we can use the dash as well over towards site. If he doesn't go in pretty much now, they're going to have no chance. They're going to lose their window. They're waiting for everyone to gather here, and they end up just going into site, and yeah, just forcing in, getting stopped with their initial hit, and it's a big cleanup from DRX. They didn't make pressure around the map, so we could have 3 people here. So yeah, very nicely done from DRX. Good rotate, good understanding of what FUT can't do and what they can't clear with the Gecko instead of the normal Sova that you see. Then we go into these rounds, and it's like all of these big buy rounds that they had, they lost the first kill on a person that had an ult. So then they didn't really want to use their ult into eco rounds. Then they just kind of stuck with their ult all the time. This was another round where it was just mad. So Mr. Fallon goes in, he gets 2 kills, right? So you get 2 kills right now, and you'd like, okay, well, everyone's going to be heavy rotating, right? Everyone's going to be doing this at the moment. Everyone's going to just go over towards A. So we should either go back to A, or we should probably just wait our time for that and then go head over towards C site or something. Instead, they go over towards the B site, the place in the middle where all the rotates will most likely be, right? Everyone's pivoting from here. You're most likely expecting like two here or 1 here, or even a reverse of most likely 1 here, 2 here. I'd actually say the 2-1 here is more likely than the actual outcome. And it just doesn't make sense that they're just hitting into the site where they're going to have a good crossfire because they're already rotating towards A where they've lost 2 people. So it's just another round where it's like, oh man, just another round, obviously insanely good from Buzz, where it just felt like they just didn't understand the rotates of this map and just did stuff a little bit too fast. 12-4, we get to see Buzz again with his knives. We just saw it on the defense half, and now we get to see it here. Good individual round from him. That kill pretty much secures it. And yeah, this was a very dominant map. I think that FUT, I'll be honest, I don't like the Gecko on this map from them. 100 Thieves actually play it not too bad. I don't really like how they play it. I think they lose too much with the Sova, and I think the DRX just played it very well. And it looked like they were having a lot of fun not playing against the Sova, not having to worry about any kind of darts over towards the sites or anything. Yeah, good roundup this was, though. DRX looking better on this map than when I've seen them in Pacific, which is a good sign. Still a little bit of a question mark in terms of their attacking half. I didn't get to see too much of it, but that's not their fault. Their bind, I think they got a little bit unlucky just because of how FUT played on their defense. Maybe I would like to see some fast rounds. And in terms of FUT, we get to see them in champs, and I'm excited. I think they can change up some of their stuff, hopefully. Maybe we even get a new meta that might suit them. We never really know. All right, if you like this one, give it a like, put a comment in there, and I will see you on the next one.